Japan's back because everybody in Japan knows who's the boss, right? They know who the boss is. And the boss said, come back to work, and they did. Everybody in Mexico knows who the boss is. And when the boss said, come back, they came back. Now they're going to kidnap the boss's daughter over the weekend. But, you know, France, they came back in France because they know who the boss is. They're only going to give him 35 hours. They hate him. They completely hate him, but they're going to come in and work. The Germans are going to come in and they're going to complain about the boss, and they're only going to work 38 hours a week. And then they're going to vote for the Social Democrats in the election because right on with socialism, but they've come back to work because the boss told them to. And the interesting thing in the United States, it reminds me of two things. One is when I used to babysit my siblings, and you'd have this, you're not the boss of me conversation.
Yeah.
You know, you're not the, well, that's what's going on. Is that you're not the boss of me. Yes, I am. No, you're not. I am because I tell you have to go to bed. No, you're not. I'm going to stay up. You know, so we're in a you're not the boss of me moment. The other thing that's very interesting to me, you may have heard of the marshmallow experiment. These are real experiments that were done psychologically, and they're the ones where they found that the mass of people, children, could, given the choice of one marshmallow immediately or say 5 marshmallows in 20 minutes, go for the one marshmallow immediately rather than the big payoff. And that's how we're wired, or at least how a majority of us are wired. That's what you're seeing in the work situation, because the people who should desperately want to go back to work so they can get the 5 marshmallows the rest of their career are young. They don't know what they're missing. They need to pass up the comfort of working at home and having their feet up and their shoes off. They need to be in and see a meeting and see somebody get dressed down, and they need to see a really great presentation done, and they need to say, oh, we're going to go talk to somebody, and somebody tell them, but that's not the right person. They desperately need it. But right now they're living the marshmallow experiment. They're taking the one marshmallow instead of coming to work and getting over the rest of their career 5 marshmallows.
Well, and here's the thing, you know, we all are changing. The kids are no longer, you know, the tattoos, right? We've got lots of tattoos. We've got blue hair. You know, these are cultural differences in our kids. I don't like the tattoos. I don't like the blue hair. I don't like the piercings, but it's acceptable, right? And so do people, is it acceptable to these new employers, or these employers now are like, well, this is how it is?
So the cost structure is not going to support it. So I'm chairman of a couple of audit committees. I'm on some audit committees, and I keep asking the accountants, is our work getting done? And they say, oh yeah, the work's getting done. But these are the big accounting firms. And between you and me, more of the work's being pushed off on senior people that would normally be done by junior people, because the junior people are lagging behind because they're remote. They were remote during their training. So we're getting the work done, but we're using more senior people. Well, that's not a sustainable business model. It's, by the way, can you do that for a year? Of course. Is that sustainable that the senior do all the work and yet they're going to pay the young? So either they're going to make the young come in, or the senior are going to say, I get more. Or what's going to happen is that the work doesn't get done, or they're going to try to pass on a whole bunch of senior charges for what should be junior work. And the customer is going to say, no, thank you. Now, I think the simplest of those solutions is get your ass in and learn.
Yeah, I like that. I'm old school, not popular, but what is right is not necessarily popular.
I
What's
was never
popular.
popular. You know, I was never popular.